What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the all-new 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander. This one is about $60,000 platinum trim level. Let's go ahead and see what is going to power this new full-size 3-row SUV. So underneath the hood, if we just find the latch, you do have to do the manual prop rod, but underneath here you get that 2.4 liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's pumping out 265 horsepower with 310 pound-feet of torque, paired to the 8-speed automatic and all-wheel drive. However, it can also tow 5,000 pounds. Curb weight is around 4,700 pounds on this SUV. Now, if we take a look at the styling, this is not just a Highlander with a longer wheelbase. This thing actually is a new design. So we have these really cool LED headlights with some chrome trim underneath them that goes to the upper portion of the grille. At the Toyota badge, you're going to see more trim and then a massive opening for this grille to allow tons of cooling into that engine. You can see a forward-facing camera, really nice gloss black trim all around it, parking sensors, LED fog lights, and some silver trim down below. It's a pretty aggressive looking SUV. I definitely like the way it comes together. And then the hood kind of cascades over that front end with really sharp lines all throughout it. At the side, you're going to see a set of 20-inch wheels finished in chrome with a multi-spoke design, then nice black trim surrounding the wheels. You can also see some sharp body lines, really sleek design for the lower portion of the doors. You're going to see body color door handles and mirror caps with an LED turn signal along with a side view camera. There's a little bit of chrome trim on the underside of these windows, all blacked out. You can see the roof rails up on top with roof racks and a panoramic sunroof. At the side profile, you can definitely tell how this is a much larger vehicle than a Highlander. However, it's not as big as a Sequoia either. So really good sweet spot in between the two with really nice proportions. In back, you got a nice curvature to this rear fender and then kind of a sharp S-line fading up towards that spoiler. Up on top, you do get a massive third brake light up there, rear wiper blade, and then a nice set of LED taillights. Very nice design as we make our way down below. You're gonna see some plastic black in that rear bumper, along with the gray metallic. We get our platinum badge. Grand Highlander is throughout the center with Toyota above it. Really nice design. I kind of see a little bit of previous gen Land Cruiser in it as well. So that's a pretty cool design overall. Now as we make our way to the cargo space, you have a button right under the badge. Power liftgate is gonna open up and it reveals a lot of space behind these third row. So you really do have a lot of storage space even with a third row up and in use. And then from here, all you have to do is grab these handles and you can easily get these seats out of the way. So with them down, you can see just how much more storage space you're gonna get in this car. Definitely is a roomy SUV. And then going through the side, to go ahead and fold down the second row, we pull this one lever and then a second lever, and we'll get these nice and flat. So from here, you can see just how much more storage space you're gonna get in a Grand Highlander. This really is pretty darn roomy, so really nice to see all of that. And then from back here, everything's manual in this car. So we're just gonna pull these and we'll get this third row back up. From here, we of course have the power liftgate buttons. You can just go ahead and press that and close it down. Now let's take a look at the third row because that is a huge difference from the normal Highlander. So we'll get that seat out of the way. And then in the third row, nice step to get in here. You are gonna see cup holders, armrests, USB-Cs on each side. You also have air vents up on the ceiling. The headrests move up and down, and these seats recline a lot. So if I pull this lever, that is like a foot of recline. So really cool to see just how much movement you get in the back here. And at 5'11", I am sitting here incredibly comfortable. Even if I sit behind the seat right here, I have good knee room, good leg room, great headroom as well. I mean, honestly, this is a nice third row for an adult. So they did a really good job just giving you some good amenities and giving you plenty of space back here. Now if we check out the second row seating, as you would expect, it's gonna be pretty nice. Putting that back. You're gonna get captain's chairs back here with adjustable armrests. We also have a center console right in the center. And then you get heated and ventilated seating, all of your climate controls, more USB-Cs and storage. And then of course you have air vents up on top with dome lights. And with the driver's seat on my height, once again, 5'11", sitting here nice and comfortably. And these seats, of course, are going to recline too, to really just give you a comfortable back seat. So overall, second and third row of the Grand Highlander, this is definitely a great place to be. Great for the family and great for cargo. Now if we check out the driver's seat, you're gonna see all this black color for the interior. I also like the light wood. We do have 2 different settings for memory seating, all of your basic controls. And then you're gonna see Grand Highlander on the door sill, power controls along the seat, and then you can see the perforated as well as smooth leather throughout. So nice design. This is a synthetic material. However, it does look and feel pretty good. So let's go ahead and fire it up. Both of your screens are gonna turn on. Nice leather wrapped steering wheel with some gloss black along with the silver. And then a massive digital gauge cluster. You can see the speedometer intact, your fuel and temperature of course, and then this control panel, you can view a few different things. So if I hold down OK, you're gonna see a few things that you can adjust within the car. You can get a map on here, driving support, blank screen of course, messages. Going into settings, you'll see a few things that will pop up as well. And just backing out of there, if I go left and right, and then if we want to take a look at all of our drive modes, we have your drive mode select all over here, 4 different icons along with this rotary dial. So right now you can take a look at mud and sand, we have rock and dirt, back into normal, and then we have your street modes for eco along with sport. And then we have a snow mode as well, that'll just pop up with a small little icon. On the steering wheel we do get some Bluetooth and audio controls, cruise control settings on the right, paddle shifters for this 8-speed transmission, then all of your controls for front and rear wiper blades, a sensor in the center, and then turns it on headlights. We do have automatic high beams, tailgate release, along with the heated steering wheel, more of this wood trim and silver, small heads-up display system, and then storage all in here with even more USB-Cs. Glove box is pretty large as well, as you would expect. And then moving to the center screen, which is massive, this is basically what you're gonna see on all the new Toyotas. Of course, this one's not set up yet, but we'll get that massive full screen navigation, all of your audio and phone integration. Some climate controls can pop up for front and rear. We also have trip information, history, things like that, and then vehicle alert with any messages. There are some settings on here as well. And then if we go ahead and put the car into reverse, you get a really nice backup camera on the right with a top-down view. And I like how when you start moving, the top-down view actually watches underneath your car. So you're really able to see anything you're driving over. So it's a really cool touch to know exactly what's going on. If we go back and park, that shuts off. However, I can toggle the view icon now and we can get a few more angles. We get a really cool 360 camera view. You can toggle that for when inside the car. And then of course you have any settings if you want to take a look. So definitely a cool screen setup for sure on this car. Underneath all that, you're gonna see climate controls. We have your toggle for your dual zone temperature, heated and ventilated seating, more controls all throughout the center, and I like these toggle switches right here. You can easily adjust your fan speed, things like that. Climate control vents, and then down below that we get 2 more USBs, wireless phone charging, storage and 2 cup holders, some leather around the shift boot, and then you see your park and brake hold, traction control, a few more controls, and then a nice padded design for this armrest. Now opening this up, this will open up and reveal a ton more space. This is like a foot deep in there. So definitely a cool touch. And then we have that massive panoramic roof with a light color for that headliner. All your controls up here. You even do have a small sunglass holder. And then the rear view camera is a really nice touch. We of course have a standard mirror, and then we get the nice camera. All right, so setting off now in the Grand Highlander. Let's test out this 4-cylinder. If I go into sport mode, put into manual. Not bad. I mean, obviously it's not a performance car or anything fast. However, it seems like it can get out of its own way. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's anything too out of the ordinary or peppy, but it's basically a decent power plant. No more V6 it seems like, so this is the engine, or I believe a hybrid's available. I'm not 100% sure on that. But normal driving, it is really comfortable. There is actually a dash cam up here, which is really cool to see. Some normal things, you know, visibility is really good out the front. You feel nice and high up. You feel like you're in something super roomy. Over your right shoulder, the pillar in the way back is a little bulky. However, honestly, it's pretty easy to get used to. The headrest in the second row is just a little bit in the way. Of course, that sensor's telling me to look straight. But as far as normal driving, it's definitely pretty comfortable. The seats are really padded too. You feel kind of like you're in a luxury car. It's just really comfortable to sit in here. I like the overall driver position. I mean, the steering wheel feels nice. Armrests are in a great place to just sit back and kind of relax in this vehicle. It's pretty smooth and quiet too. You don't really hear any wind noise or road noise or anything like that. Let's do a small turning circle. For being obviously a little bit bigger, it actually has a really tight turning circle. So I like how it seems decently maneuverable in the slow speed stuff. Let's go back to sport mode. I mean, it's not too bad. It does get up to the hill pretty good. Yeah, so not bad. Not a bad power plant for sure. The 8-speed, super smooth. You don't really feel the shifts all too much. And just normal driving, it feels like kind of what you would expect. I like all the tech in it, of course, the ventilated seats and everything. Seems like a car you can honestly just drive and drive with the whole family. Now that you know you can confidently fit people in that third row, I mean, this is just a solid family car. And I like how it's not as big as a Sequoia. Not everyone wants that big, but if you need the third row, this is a great option. I think the normal Highlander is for the person who might use a third row every now and then. So this is spot on for that in the middle type of vehicle. And when you are driving in it, this is a pleasant place to be. When you're in eco mode, it tones down the throttle for sure. Car feels a little bit more conservative now. And I mean, just like relaxing. The tech works good too. The cruise control, I had that on, and using like the steering intervention stuff, it follows the lanes and everything. So really nice to see it have a good cruise control system. So Grand Highlander, just kind of getting my bearings with driving it. It seems like a nice SUV to pilot. It doesn't feel too big when I'm sitting in here. I feel like it's very manageable for people who aren't too interested in the biggest vehicles. And just kind of seems like a nice vehicle to be in.